Well, hey there, Jill. It's Jeff Steitzer, the Voice of God multiplayer announcer for the game Halo. You know, I'm that guy who I know you've listened to many, many times saying things like double kill, triple kill, overkill, killing spree, killing frenzy, kill-tacular, Kilimanjaro, kill-pocalypse, Killionaire, Slayer, Juggernaut, capture the flag, gain the lead, hail to the king, as well as that phrase that everybody who plays the game absolutely hates. And I mean, they hate the thought that at some point or other they're going to have to listen to me say these words, game over. But as you know, everybody will. Nothing I can do about it, I'm sorry to say. Well, I'm delighted to be here to do what you refer to as an authentic Halo announcement. That is great. I'm very interested in the Halo and Star Wars related content online, as well as this next project. And so I'm going to ask a favor of you, okay, in return for doing all this recording. It's not even that much recording. And that is, will you send me a link so I can see kind of what you're up to? I've been doing cameos now for over 2 years, and I've had a number of folks approach me about doing things for various online projects, you know, whether it's maybe to be part of a song or to do something for a YouTube channel or a Twitch stream or something on Discord, all kinds of interesting things. And I have to tell you, my experience has been amazing. People are so creative. They are so, and just wonderful about what they're doing on all these different platforms. So I'd love to see what you're doing. And if there's something I can do to like and subscribe, I'd be happy to. All right. Now, with that said, I want to go ahead and do the things you've asked for. I'm going to go ahead and do each one of these things, I think, a couple of times, just so that you've got some alternatives if that works. Here we go. Halo, the basics. Halo, the basics. Forced respawn. Forced respawn. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Amped Hero. Amped Hero. There you go. I hope that is close to what you were looking for. I am so aware of the fact that when people send things for me to record, I know they've already heard it in their imagination. I don't have access to your imagination, sadly, or even a chance to hear you do what you're looking for. So I'm going to kind of have to count on you to let me know if I got close. If I didn't, reach out. I can always re-record. Now, there's one other thing, and that has to do with Star Wars. This is how old I am. I was at the first show, the very first day the film opened in Minneapolis, Minnesota. In fact, it was one of the suburbs. I believe it was St. Louis Park. I don't remember why I was in Minneapolis, but I'd seen a preview 6 months earlier at Christmas. And I was like, what is this? I thought, I've got to see this. And then the big day came, and I took myself out, and I was one of maybe 10 people in this huge movie theater with a great big screen and incredible music. And needless to say, sitting there and having, the big Star Wars logo pop up and then having the spaceships flying right over your head, I was absolutely out of my mind. It was so exciting. By the end of the weekend, the word was out, and that thing, you could not get close to it. So I was so glad I saw it there, but I did see it on the very, very first day. Later, for the next two, they were premiered in Seattle at the Seattle International Film Festival. You'd buy your ticket, you'd stand in long lines way too early in the morning. I think the first show was at 9 a.m. in both instances. You'd see people walking to work with their coffee, and we were going into the movies, and of course had an amazing time. Anyway, that's my story about Star Wars. I want to know more about what you were saying about Star Wars. So, Jim, take care, stay healthy, have an amazing holiday season. If you need anything else, be sure and let me know. And no matter what else you do, always be unfreaking believable. Because, Jim, you know what? You are. All the best to you, my friend.